and he's a famous pop star, but he hasn't done many films before. And then he plays against some actors who have never been in a film. They aren't even actors that we found on the street. And then you have someone like Amber, who is a pop star primarily, who's never done a film, coupled with someone like Joseph Chang, who's been in a lot of films. So what's interesting with us is just that it's a strange mixture, I think. And I think what's nice about it is that the film kind of makes everyone even again. Like, you don't really feel like you're watching movie stars with non-movie stars. You just feel like you're watching characters. And I think that was what was very hard for us to achieve in casting, is to find all the right actors for these characters, so that you would feel like they aren't actors. You only feel like it's just a world full of these characters. So that took us a very long time. I think from when we started casting to when we finally got the last role, I think it was about half a year. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about 6 months.
Actually, that's really the most difficult part, is to come with the cast, is it?
It's tough, yeah, because they have to be right. If you cast the wrong person, there's nothing you can do. It can really destroy your film, because if you cast the wrong person, nothing else you do can fix it. It's there. If they're wrong for it, they're wrong for it. So, we spent a lot of time, especially to find Susie, the character Susie, who Amber plays. Took us a really long time.
I see. So would you say that is the most difficult part about making a movie, is to come up with the cast?
It's one of them. I think there's actually a lot of difficult parts, but casting is a very important part, I would say. I think some things you can get away with, like you have a couple bad shots in the film, you can edit those out. You have a couple, scenes that don't work. Some of the writing's not good. You don't have enough money, you can work around that. But, if you have an actor that just isn't right for the role, everyone can see through that. Any audience member, if they don't buy that actor in that role, they'll see it, So I think, the thing you hear the most when people, an average audience, when they walk out of a movie theater, is, oh, I hated that actor, or, oh, I just thought that acting was so bad. People always criticize the acting. I think because it's the closest to them. They can feel when someone's not right.
Right.
So it's very dangerous to get the wrong person. So we spend a lot of time working on that.
I heard that, if, let's say, you try to get an idea across to one of your actors, and he or she just wasn't getting it. And you said that, unfortunately, you would just have to find somebody else. Did you have to do that for this movie?
No, we were very lucky in that, that happened to us during the casting process. Like, we almost cast a few people, and then, basically, before we started shooting, we thought about it, and just it wasn't really working. And so we had to look for other actors. And we did a lot of rehearsals and workshops. So basically in these workshops, we would feel like, I think this person just isn't as good as we thought they would be, or maybe we made a bad decision. So that happened a lot. Luckily, it didn't happen to us once we started shooting. Once we started shooting, all the actors were great, and it was just a matter of getting them to be even better. But that does happen sometimes, I think. And you have to make that call. If something's not working, you have to change it. You can't convince yourself that it'll work. I think you have to be kind of tough on yourself and tough on the actor, and just say it's not working. So.
Would you say there's anything like the easiest part of making a movie? Is there
the easiest part of making a movie?
The easiest part of making a movie. What's the easiest part?
The easiest part of making a movie for me actually is shooting it. I love shooting. So, production, it's tough. You're tired and there's a lot of stress, but you're surrounded by people. You're surrounded by 50 people who are helping you to make a movie. So that part is tough physically, and it's tough. It's a little tough emotionally, but at least you feel like you have all these people to support you, and you're really making a movie. And every day you're doing something. Every day you're getting shots, and every day you're coming closer and closer to having a movie. So I don't know if I would say the easiest part, but that's definitely the part that feels like,
That's your favorite part.
Yeah.